Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by the REC Toycast. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Erik Icarus.
Eric.
What's up, man?
Birds of Prey.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it briefly from that teaser a couple shows back, but they went ahead and dropped a full 2-minute trailer on us this week. And as with anything comic book related, mixed reviews, mixed feelings, mixed whatevers. I want to know what you thought.
Going back to a few podcasts ago, we talked about Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And I did actually rewatch it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Wow.
And
were you in an airport, or were you stuck on the bench on jury duty, or what?
Actually, no. Unfortunately, no. I wanted to give it a fair shake again.
Okay.
And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I feel like this trailer, or what this movie's going to be, is going to be in the same vein of this movie stylistically.
Okay.
I mean, I'm already getting the hints, the neon, the fast-paced, the fast-paced dialogue, rather, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Okay.
I really think Margot Robbie was the heart and soul of Suicide Squad. Take that however you want.
Okay.
She carried that movie. I know a lot of people think Will Smith did. Maybe he did a little. But what does everyone talk about from that movie?
Yeah.
Harley, not Deadshot.
Yeah.
They talk about Harley. And what was the best part, aside from Deadshot?
Yeah.
Harley. And they were like, I think DC was like, you know what? We got something with Margot.
Yeah.
With just Nick's Leto, which, everyone has an opinion on that.
Yeah.
And I think this is a smart move.
Okay.
I think this is a very smart move, and I'm pretty stoked for it, man.
Oh, okay.
I am down with a deranged Thelma and Louise road trip movie, which I think this kind of might be, but with 3 like Thelma and Louises.
Yeah.
Because there's how many of them? There's 3 of them, right?
There's 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm totally excited for this, man. You?
I like the trailer.
Okay.
I really like the trailer. I like the entire feel of Suicide Squad.
Sure.
It's not, with the exception of the tattoos, I do not like the tattoos at all.
Right.
So we are getting a little bit of that carryover into this.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, man, I've seen a lot of people online who, kind of enjoyed Suicide Squad, or at least tried to defend it, hate this trailer. Right. And this trailer is better than Suicide Squad.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And I like the neon. I'm okay.
Oh, me too. Every movie has to have a style to separate yourself from the pack.
Yes.
And that's the thing.
Yes.
And when used correctly, I love it.
Yeah.
Blade Runner did it, and that's one of my favorite movies.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I'm getting. I'm getting a kind of a neo-noir from this.
Yeah.
But, it's a comic book movie, and it's not afraid to be a comic book movie.
Let's let me say this. I don't like that it's called Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Okay, why not? 'Cause I like it.
One, it's just a lot in the mouth. It's a lot to say. 2, it's, it should be Gotham City Sirens, and we should have Catwoman, not Huntress. We should have Poison Ivy and not Black Canary.
Fair enough.
We should have that.
I agree.
And it should be that, because right now there's really not that much of a reason for Huntress, Harley, and Black Canary to be
a team.
A trio. And
I agree.
So I have an issue there. But I love the general spirit of it. I love the feeling of it. And I think Margot Robbie is really portraying a Harley Quinn that makes sense.
Yes.
For the time, I hear Arlene Sorkin a little bit. I hear Tara Strong, the voices of Harley in most iterations, or those 2 women, and I hear that. This is a very good impersonation of what they're trying to do.
So you think it's an impersonation, not influence? Because I don't think it's a straight up influence. I think she's just, or impersonation. Okay. I think she's just influenced by.
Okay, no, yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. I like the feel. What did we say in a few episodes ago? That I would love to see a movie that has Bud and Lou. We get at least one hyena.
Very true.
I don't know if they're in it. Please be Bud or Lou, and then find Lou later. Blue. There you go. You're my boy, Blue. So that already if I didn't like the trailer, I would go watch the movie just for the hyena interaction.
Okay.
I dig it. I just dig it. I love it. I keep telling my wife I want to get 2 dogs.
There you go.
Bud and Lou.
There you go.
And she's not against it, but she doesn't want to have 4. She doesn't want to have more than 2 dogs.
Just so everyone's aware, Roman and his wife are very into Joker and Harley.
We are.
They are very influenced by them in a way.
Yeah,
I would say so. And that makes a lot of sense. That's
Totally.
why I dig it. I totally dig it.
I've been a Harley Quinn fan since
shit.
1993 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
94 when the show came out. Might have started in 92. The animated series. Yeah. So I've loved the character, and yes, again, I'm bummed. Even if we could just get the black and red with no mask,
sure,
I'm fine with that.
We might get it.
I don't care for the way that she dresses, and I get it from a tactical standpoint. It's distracting.
It is.
I'm fine with that.
But again,
that makes sense.
Me harkening back to what we talked about. This is a comic book movie, so why not go all the way out with it? Go all the way. But then again, I just don't think that look would translate to film, because we did get it for 2 seconds in Suicide Squad. It didn't look good.
No, it didn't.
But
when they can't figure that out, you're Warner Brothers. You got to figure it out.
It's sort of like how people were like, "Why isn't Hawkeye in his purple costume?" It's just not gonna look good, man.
I feel like Warner Brothers and DC are still in the infancy of their, and it just really kind of hit me recently. They're like the early 2000s Marvel Studios. Like they hadn't figured it out yet. And Marvel didn't have any blueprint. They created the blueprint.
They did.
So that's my issue as well, is that there is a blueprint. We can pull off comic book accurate costumes.
Yes.
We know that we can do this now. And yes, there was a time in film history where we thought, oh, this is going to look hokey. Oh, this is going to look dumb.
And now that's what we want.
Yeah, we want a really good interpretation of, like, everybody wants to see Hugh Jackman in a Wolverine costume. We've never seen Hugh Jackman in the actual Wolverine costume. No. Give me that. Give me. I would pay full ticket price to watch Hugh Jackman put that costume on, turn around, and then okay,
that's
cool.
it.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, you
got my money.
Yeah, you spend the money, you do it. I will be there. So the look of the characters, I don't think we should have to venture as far as they are. Okay. Because if that was on mute, and I had never seen Suicide Squad, I wouldn't know who these characters were.
I agree.
I wouldn't know.
I agree.
I'm not a fan of the blue and pink hair. It doesn't
for Harley?
For Harley, it doesn't do anything for me or for the character. But I like her attitude. I like the way that she's portraying the character, and I'm seeing a ton, especially of DC heads out there who are like, "This isn't the Harley that I know," and blah blah blah.
It's not supposed to be.
But it feels very much like that.
Oh no, for me too. I'm getting the spirit of the character.
Yes.
And what's great about that is, again, getting the spirit, but not a verbatim character that I've seen in the animated series. And I think that's what they want.
Yeah.
They want a straight-on portrayal of that character on film, and it's like, well, you have that. Go watch the animated series. We want. I am in favor of taking different directions.
Yes.
Big, broad strokes are fine, but as long as you maintain the spirit.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm looking for. So that's why I'm okay with the crazy hair.
Yeah.
That maybe the difference in costume, I'm okay with it.
And what I find a lot about people is they're like, oh, I love the Joker and Harley love story. And it's terrible. It's terrible. It is not something... My wife and I like the characters separately and how they interact with Batman. But that relationship...
is not, yes.
No, it's not healthy. It's not anything. And honestly, the best portrayal... Here we go. Hold on to your butts. The best portrayal of their relationship for me is in Suicide Squad. I like that that Joker is like obsessed with her. Sure. Like she's gone, and I don't know what he's crying in that room with all those knives and the baby stuff in the corner for some reason. Like he's he needs her.
Sure.
And we don't ever see him like abuse her in there because I do not like that. That's the thing I like the least about the Joker is his abusive actions towards Harley Quinn.
Right.
Again, he'll kill a busload of kids, and I'm like, hey, that's fun for the story.
Hey man, he's got a punchline for it.
Yeah, exactly. But I do not like Joker and Harley's
his domestic abuse aspect of him. Going back to Suicide Squad, my favorite shot in that movie is when she takes the leap of faith into that, and he goes in after her.
Yes. And
their colors dissipate and then come together.
Yes.
I know that's simplistic symbolism, but it's effing beautiful.
Hey man, salt and pepper goes good on everything. Okay,
right. But it's so beautiful. It's so beautifully shot, and maybe this is a way for them to test the waters to see maybe we can bring Leto back.
Yeah.
Let's see how well this movie does.
I'm totally fine with it, to be honest, guys. I'm totally fine with it. And more issues with the name is that it feels, and friend of the show, Jordan Tunney, was talking to me too via text. We don't want this to be, it feels like it's a Harley Quinn movie with the Birds of Prey.
And that's what
not
it is.
a Birds of, yeah.
And that's what it is.
It needed to be something else, but it's going to be a Harley Quinn movie with the Birds
That's
of Prey.
what it should have just been Harley Quinn and the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just leave the Birds of Prey out of it. Just had those two characters in the movie.
Yeah, just the fantabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
that's it.
The reason I like the title is because it's so
bizarre,
insane.
Yeah,
it's insanity.
Yeah,
and it plays in her character.
Yeah, like what was
awesome.
that? What was that Heath Ledger movie? His last movie?
Oh, the Imaginarium. Dr. Parnassus or something like that.
It feels like that.
Yes.
The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
But you know what you're getting into.
Yes, exactly.
And so
I like the crazy setup. I'm not really digging on Ewan McGregor's Black Mask in there.
Like, he's being very Leto-ish.
He's being more Joker-y.
Joker-y.
So
that's
not
not
a fan
Black
of that.
Mask.
Not a fan of that.
Black Mask is very stoic and just mean.
Yeah.
He's ruthless.
Mob boss. You know? They've done him a little crazy here and there, but I like it when he's on the verge of being crazy, but he's just like a hard, pounding the table,
gets the
bring
job
me the
done.
head of the bat, this and that. In this video game, Arkham Origins, excellent. It's kind of a game outside of the other Arkham games.
Right.
Another company did it, but it was same kind of fighting mechanics and everything.
Oh, gotcha.
But the villain in there is Black Mask and Joker's in it too. And spoilers if you haven't played the game, 3, 2, 1 is this excellent thing where it's we've been hunting Black Mask through half the game, and it's actually the Joker.
Ah!
And they're doing things you start to see the camera works a little different, and you see a little bit of green under the mask, and he's like, I need you to bring me the bat. So they're doing subtle things like that are super fun.
That's cool.
And it would be awesome if they did something like that in this movie. But I'm just calling my shot. We'll see what happens. I like the way both Black Canary and a Huntress look. I wish that they looked more like their comic book characters, but I like them.
Again,
I like them.
Like you said, this is DC trying to figure things out.
Yes.
They are not at, we can put our characters in the original costumes phase of their franchise yet.
Yeah. I think that the trailer is solid. It makes me want to watch it.
Me too.
And I'm curious to see what the rest of you guys think. So, leave us a comment below. Tell us what you think about the trailer. Comment on the post on Instagram at REC Podcast. Because I think that there's some validity to excitement for this.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing a lot of negativity.
Me too.
And normally, I think we would be negative about it.
I think so.
We're both excited about it, which at this point I think would make it probably a good movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
either you or myself are hardly wrong when it comes to movies.
It's rare. I mean, we like some garbage.
We do, but we know it's garbage.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to...
We don't unironically think it's not.
I'm not going to defend the big hit and tell you it's a good movie. I'm just going to tell you that I enjoyed it and that it's ridiculous.
Right, and you like Scott Pilgrim, so and I forgive you.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. I'm going to give you the first Scott Pilgrim book. And if you don't like that, then okay, it's just not for you.
Fair enough.
Because there's so much of our angst growing up in there. It's such a whatever. I don't want to talk about it. You're getting my blood all angry.
Angering up the blood.
But this begs the question.
Yes.
And a question that I think most comic book fans pose, especially the ones in our age group and older, because it was. Nobody wanted to like comics. I was clandestine, still into comics, in high school. It was embarrassing at one point in our lives.
No, you're right.
And
it's almost cool now.
It's very cool now.
It's in. I remember if you wore an X-Men shirt in high school, you were dead.
Yeah.
You got made fun of. It was social suicide.
Yes. And now it's man, I wish I could go back, fight a couple other people, and be like, comic books are cool. But it begs this question, and I see it come up a lot. People talk about it. and the real Harley Quinn fans, the real Batman fans,
quote unquote, by the way.
And I gotta say, kids, I've felt that way. I felt that way. That like, oh, these fair weather. Oh, you only like it because of the movies and this and that. I have felt that way. But there are some people who just really can't get past it. And I want to break it down. I want to talk about it. And I want to get your thoughts on something like that. You know, because I assume the same thing with music, too. It's like, because music transcends... Music and art. Music is art. So art just transcends genres and ages. Sure. I don't think you have to have been... some people just weren't there watching Batman the Animated Series.
No, just like some people weren't there to be around when the Clash...
Yes.
Were getting started, or
it doesn't make you any less of a fan, but I get the nerd fan superiority, especially the ones who had to struggle with some ridicule, where it's like this was our thing.
And I think that's where a big part of it comes from, because not only were you and myself not just in the comic books, but we were in the punk scene, which that time was not kind of a safe time to be into punk rock.
Yeah.
You were also made fun of for wearing different clothes, having dyed hair. Now, again, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to have piercings and tattoos and dyed hair. And you see these kids like, wow, they're socially adjusted.
Yeah.
And you almost had to be on the fringe, outside the fringe, to be accepted like that.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying when it's correlating to comic books.
Yes.
I get it. I totally get it.
And I gotta say that I've thought about it a lot. I get people at my full-time job who come and talk to me. They want to know all kind of comic book knowledge. They want to hear, I loved Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. What is she like in the comics? What's a good Harley Quinn story? When people watched X-Men Apocalypse, they were like, man, I was really excited for this, and it just wasn't that good. Is Apocalypse cool in the comic? And I'm like, gather around, children. Let me tell you a story about En Sabah Nur, okay? And I think, and any of you diehard comic book fans, I think if you're not on board, I think you gotta be, or at least try to understand that this has been good for the old school comic fans, because it's just been an economic driving force.
Without these new people, we wouldn't get these movies.
We wouldn't. We need the people who are just into the MCU, just in the DCEU. We need those people.
Exactly.
Because they're helping fund, if you enjoy the comic book movies you're watching, a lot of it has to do with just attendance.
Sure.
So the fact that they don't need to come read a comic book to enjoy the movies, I think is great.
It's great.
And I love, honestly, personally, I love when somebody watches Avengers Endgame and they say, man, tell me more about Thanos.
Right.
What are the Infinity Stones? I heard somebody call them Infinity Gems.
Right.
Why is that? And through this podcast, we get to kind of do that as well.
Oh, big time.
But I think that we need to, us old heads, when it comes to comic books, we need to understand that even our grandfathers that collected comic books, they don't like the stuff that came out in the 80s.
Right.
It
was too edgy.
Late 70s and 80s X-Men is my X-Men.
Yeah.
And, maybe the 60s guys don't care for it as much.
And I've heard that.
So I think that there should be less, and it's not even a feud. The movie, the MCU fans don't understand that the comic book fans might have a problem with their over nerding out.
And it's almost laughable.
It is. It's insanely laughable to have these. It's like who's that rapper Drake? Where he just likes all the sports teams and people can't stand that. They're like, man, pick a team. But he's just a fan. He's just a fan of basketball.
Sure, and I can appreciate that. So just go watch college games at that point.
Yeah.
When again, I am not into sports, but I get the having a fraternity.
Yeah.
I am a Chargers fan.
Yeah.
I am down with the Chargers. So and I get that. I get the I like them when they're winning, or I just like everybody.
Yeah.
I want everybody to win.
And I feel like that's what we've got. You'll have the comic book, the hardcore comic book guys be like, well, I like the movies, but I was into the comics first.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like that in the comics.
Right.
And I know, guys, I do it. I've done it on the show. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Well, here's the thing. When you do it, it's almost like, oh, let me give you a contrast.
Yes.
You're contrasting it. When you hear these other people do it, it's almost sanctimonious. Well, that's not how it...
Yeah.
That's how it comes across. Instead of oh, hey, well, hang on, let me tell you how it is in the comics. So Thanos in the comic books is obsessed with death. the real physical manifestation of death. Like,
and and some of the people that I'd seen online trashing this trailer were big fans of Venom, and you know how I feel. You know how I feel about Venom. Okay, you know how I feel about the film. So look, guys, different strokes, different folks. I get that, but I would like to see some more homogenization between the film and the comic book fans. And just like, hey guys, there's enough room. There's enough room in the pool for all of us.
Yeah.
And I think that we can all kind of get on board with what they're trying to do here.
What is so cool about this is I always found this to be new mythology. And no matter how you get your mythology is cool, man. Like, and say you just watch the movies, it's just an outlet for a lot of people to go, I want to check out the books.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Or people who are like, oh, no, I just like the movies. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Yes, if it drives, and I work at a comic book store part-time, guys. If it drives, I've definitely helped people who, like, hey, I watched Iron Man, and like, where do I start?
Steer me in the right direction.
So, man, that's tough, man. And it's always like, well, and I get those people, too, where it's like I want to know, like, the beginning.
Right.
And it's like, all right, well, it's 1960, and it's, this is where we started, this is where we're at, these are the stories that I can recommend to
you. For sure. And it's happened to me with Daredevil.
Oh, of course.
And people at my work know I'm obsessed with the character. And I recommend the show, and people love the show, and it doesn't bother me when they come up to me like, hey, what's Bullseye really? What is he like in the comic books? Well, it's a little different.
Yeah.
And then again, I hey, pick this up, read this, read that. And
it's almost like we're friends with celebrities.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're friends with celebrities, and they like, what do they like? What does Bullseye like to do on the weekends? Like. That is kind of how it feels, and we get that kind of contact high because it's like. Oh,
we're in on it. Yeah, and bringing people in on it is cool.
Yes.
That they just even want to remotely be, in a way, be part of our world.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It is. It's nice to be able to, like, I've made a lot of, close acquaintances, friends.
No, you have.
Where it's like, all we do is talk comics.
Yeah.
I don't know their last names.
Nope.
I don't know who they murder on the weekends. But I know that when hey, bro, like, let's talk about that. And it's like, yeah, cool.
But here's what's cool about that is when they tell you who their favorite superhero is, you get a feeling for who they are.
Yeah. Oh, man, you're absolutely right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, they come in, like, say they come in, hey, man, I really like Youngbloods. Well, we can't talk.
We can talk. I'll give you some Youngblood action, I guess. I like to dabble. I'm a closet Youngblood fan.
But hey man, I'm down. I love X-Men. I remember growing up watching the cartoon. I want to get into X-Men. I heard this about this run called God, or how does it? Men kills, God forgives. What is the?
Men kills, God forgives.
Yeah. And you'd be like, oh, great story. Let me dig it out for you. You're gonna love it. Like. It gives you a sense of who they are. Like, oh, wow, maybe they're struggling with their identity. Here's some more X-Men books for you to get you through it.
Yeah, and I mean, I've been trying to turn people on. Disney. You guys owe me a little bit of money, man. I've been talking about your Disney Plus service nonstop, and the big selling point is I'm telling them, like, hey guys, when this stuff goes live, you need to go watch X-Men the animated series. You need to go watch Spider-Man the animated series. Those things. It's cool to, like, hey, when I was a kid, this is what got me into it. This is what we waited all week
to watch.
Yes.
This is almost what got us through the week.
Yeah.
So, the second part of the Phoenix Saga is on Saturday, and it pushes you to get through school, man.
Yeah.
And it really did, anyway.
Yes.
And to relive those moments, and you got kids, man. And that's got to be so exciting to, like, relive it through them.
In a way. Oh, yeah. My oldest, she loves Spider-Man. And we haven't watched my Spider-Man yet, but we've been watching Ultimate Spider-Man on Disney XD.
Oh, she like it?
Yeah. Oh, she digs it. She digs it a lot. She loves Miles. Miles is in it. And she loves Spider-Gwen. We haven't seen an episode with Spider-Gwen, but I think that there are some. Oh, and if there's not, it's definitely coming.
I've heard the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series is amazing.
Yeah.
I have not watched it, but everyone I've talked to is like, dude, this was the...
Was that the one on TV?
No.
Oh, okay.
This one was on Cartoon Network, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Or it was on one of those.
I'm not familiar with it.
But yeah, apparently it only ran for X amount of time and it got canceled early, so people are bummed about it. But the one on MTV, vaguely remember it because it was like computer animated.
Yeah, it was strange. And wasn't it Spider-Man 2099 too? Wasn't there something like that? An animated
that sounds familiar.
That? I don't remember. We should look into that.
Yeah. Cold cases.
Cold cases again. More
Spider-Man.
Eric's putting together a dossier, guys. All right. Well, kids, that's our show for today. I know we've been talking a lot about Birds of Prey and DC stuff. We'll probably have a Joker review for you in the next show.
Yeah.
But everybody deserves their love. If you like what we're doing, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment on YouTube or on our Instagram at REC Podcast. I do a post for the show every week to let everybody know that it's up. And let's get a dialogue going.
Yeah.
Shoot us a DM. Be like, hey, you missed this part of the trailer. Or, well, I hated this. And guys, we'll bring it up.
Yeah,
and if you want, let us know in a message. We'll shout you out and so on.
Yeah.
Eric, what did you learn today?
Man, I'm just really excited for this movie.
Yeah.
More so. And I think people need to chill out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a valid reason to not like something, then speak it.
Yeah.
But to not like something because either someone you don't think is worthy enough to like it is effing lame.
Yeah, it's pretty lame,
dude.
It's pretty lame. I learned, and I keep seeing this every week, Eric forgets that I'm going to ask him what he learned. And you guys, when we go video, you'll be able to see him scramble in his eyes to be like, oh, God, what did we just talk about?
I think it's more like me trying to access, see, I'm doing it again?
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to find the most, philosophical thing to say. I could say I did learn that a lot of people on Twitter are jerks.
Yeah.
But I knew that.
Yeah, well, so...
That I did know.
Yeah, you're just getting it reinforced.
And I'm one of those jerks.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. Please tell your friends. And I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
Still Eric Icarus.
And we'll catch you next time.